Let's be honest, artificial intelligence seems to be everywhere these days. But have you ever stopped to wonder what's actually going on inside of it? What even is it? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. And we're going to start with a question so simple a kid could ask it.
To really get to the bottom of this, we started with a simple chat. We found a 10-year-old named Max and just asked him that very question.
And you know, Max's answer is probably what a lot of us would say, right? That AI is basically a computer that can think for itself. It's a totally logical way to see it. But is it the right way?
Well, here's the twist. As much as it feels like AI is thinking, that's not what's happening at all. It doesn't actually think.
Okay, so if it's not thinking, then what on earth is it doing? Let's peel back the curtain and look at the gap between what we perceive and what's really going on.
All right, let's put these two ideas side by side. Our perception, the child's perspective, is that it's this thinking digital person. But the technical reality? It's a lot less sci-fi. Its main job isn't thinking, it's pattern recognition. It's not a brain in a box. It's what's called a model that's been trained on just an unbelievable amount of data. It's a tool, a really powerful one, but still just a tool.
Which, of course, brings up the next big question. If it doesn't think and it doesn't understand, how in the world does it come up with such smart-sounding answers?
Okay, the secret sauce here is all about data and probability. Think of it like this. AI has read a library bigger than any human ever could, and in all of that information, it's gotten incredibly good at spotting patterns. So when you ask it a question, it isn't thinking about an answer, it's predicting the next most likely word, and the next, and the next, based on all the patterns it's learned.
And that brings us to the most important idea of this whole explainer: pattern recognition. That's the engine driving all of this. It's not about being conscious or aware. It's about pure, cold mathematics. It's just exceptionally, mind-bogglingly good at finding and recreating sequences from the data it's seen.
And this chart really nails the difference, doesn't it? AI predicts things based on data and math. We humans, on the other hand, use our brains and our life experiences to actually understand meaning, context, and why we're even having the conversation in the first place.
You know what? Let's make this even clearer. I've got an analogy that I think will really help.
I want you to picture, in your mind, a really advanced mirror. We'll call it a digital mirror. Now, when you stand in front of a normal mirror and you wave, your reflection waves back, right? It perfectly mimics every single move you make. It kind of seems like it knows what you're doing.
But here's the real question. Does that mirror have any clue what it's doing? Does it know what a wave is? Does it know what a human is? No way! Of course not. The mirror is just doing its job. It's following the laws of physics and reflecting the patterns of light that hit it. There's zero understanding, zero thought. It's a perfect mimic, but there's nobody home.
And that right there is the perfect way to think about AI. It's a digital mirror. It's not reflecting light, it's reflecting the countless patterns it has found in all the data that we as humans have created. It reflects our language and logic back at us so perfectly that it looks like understanding, but it's not.
So after all of that, what's the one big thing you should take away from this whole explainer? If you remember just one thing, let it be this. Artificial intelligence is an amazing pattern recognition machine. It is not a brain.
So here's your new rule of thumb, your beginner's guide to AI. It predicts, it doesn't think. Just remembering that one little distinction will change how you see every AI you interact with.
Okay, but hey, don't just take my word for it. The absolute best way to get this is to see it in action for yourself.
Here's a super simple experiment you can do right now. Go to any AI tool, like ChatGPT. Ask it something like, explain gravity to a 10-year-old. And I guarantee you, you will get back a really clear, well-written, helpful answer. But then just pause for a second and ask yourself this one crucial question.
Did that AI actually understand the laws of physics? Or did it just scan millions of documents about gravity and then piece together the most statistically likely words to create an answer that looked like understanding? Now you know the answer. So I'll leave you with this final thought. If AI really is just a mirror reflecting all of our collective human knowledge, our data, our biases, what does that reflection show us about ourselves? What can we learn, not about the mirror, but about us by looking into it?